koto
okay no na ba pound sima aduasa enan ha eyo pa 100.7 dwumadi adu so highway sports nonsia ene be soro so na fe nonsia kasebo ababeto so solo akwa aba bibia boko de
nyame adom boss bibia ye fine nyame adom bibia ye
all right
and akoye breaking day de
breaking day why and say galamsey
say na breaking day for Easter
there be
ti e pon e beba
onye galamsey
ye pon e beba ba jika
galamsey for the breaking day
they dey many danger e bre pa
ye nyina ye bre
ade no course no
ye nyina ye bre
so wo dey near 1.5 ye dey nam 2.0
3.6
and no say ma who say dey see one afa 1.5
who say ya ipe no wasisem hey is that we just so wajani me no take problem
Clementino say ade no here nya ya obejasi fi be 1 week bi na ade
Clementino ne kan 0.1
1.8
1.8
temper
1.8 they say bet me manage 1.8 so to manage
also to bi ne
sa
nanamo
okay
hey o bo ni mo na
and I say no di
program ni e no ka so ye yi ere no po
okay eti ba for yen to so le be kwa mono ne enche na solo din sema wa mono ne agu ho e de amaye owia mono ne nsema ye be fie ni abedi enkomo e wo fie owura Nilante Vanderpoy kane eye minister for eye sports ono so dina no atum enura say enura na enura chi ena Reverend Osekofi edi tudwa se Ghana de yehu ye bobo titu eba Black Stars a coach so magic cap amaye nyina eye Ghana fo ntinde ye sa kwa ahwenhiem na ye hia coach a ese fa Ghana ni Owura Nilante Vanderpoy edina no ato eye sa ensemi mu Kasama for the Mahoho United Kenneth Asante ono so akasa ede afa eye Hoho United enei eye Ghana Premier League omo so matwom ho ede afri mu no wa chechirem die ntia o matwom ho ede afri Ghana Premier League ni mu enya no nko weekend di Easter ye bewrem from Achina say the Achina Hoho for afri mu the Achina game ni maso
da bi emaso
o ma communicate the 11 wonders o se baba so
eno basa GF no na
o se Achina game baba so ebe na baba
so far if you can hwe nche 11 wonders
o da baby on be communicate am o
da ba mon kan o maka o communicate o be ka kire say 11 wonders yesu
kasa wonte
11 wonders yesu enko fo ho
okay me no nko fo ni bi kasa
we ba cho si say onum de o 11 wonders
why
your own Joe Abdul Salam
to be kasa
o ma se mi da wuna no mo fre no musa na okay and one to say yesu wo sun say o ma promise ni say o mbebo na ma wa survive a o ma jani mu a wa dwa o so nya ko bi ja
say onu mu o koda danti no
no comment Coach Prince head coach Edema Sante Kotoko nso akasa pa efa ejuada gamer ebeba so abra Sante Kotoko ene Samates edi ACN and now no pay on today's post Lawyer Safuduku ono so yakasamafo edema Kumasi Asante Kotoko edi betudwa se ene enko na wiye de na ebia time akotoko ne Samates game no ye de akɔhye ye 3 pm no omudi akwakodan efi no so monsesa emma no latest ewo ho sei ene sitie ni nyina no gise o kan ye ho sa break of se no nsia bebo ni nyina beguo ede amamo ewo eye dwumadie yi eso dwumadie ne koso no betimi do messages aba 0241915555 0241915555 say SMS anasa WhatsApp ni nyina betimi ede aba Sasuna on Facebook search for Oyerepa Radio on Facebook also o search ya on sa ebetimi akan na messages a wo nyina watimi dia ba on YouTube Oyerepa Radio also betimi edo messages afa ya mo bibia kwa ba ya de wase so do afidie na ato ha efiri sabre kopim no nsia kan ho na yemfa agudie mu nsem emfa emremo solo edie ramano ne na afi ensem ewa amano ne nyina no solo abomodin ede aguo ede amaye Dangerman o se echina match ne beba so hohoi for so monko hohoi de omuso monko
By 11 wonders here can
omu coach Kasim. Tisi America say kwem so no ad nani a kyerɛ nkran ho. Kodwodwo no ho. So omu coach no former as gold coach. Okay. Okay, we Hoho United. We dey anopane dey na. We do match mu ye. I'm the state of about match mu.
Sir, almost say almost supporters.
A statement to the GFA.
We almost say media statement.
Okay, yeah.
Withdrawal from the Ghana Premier League for immediate release. Date April 2, 2026.
April
issued by Hoho United FC management. And now Omaba say Hoho United FC has made the painful but necessary decision to withdraw from the remainder of the 2025-2026 Ghana Premier League season with immediate effect. We there, but for anyone will be any dada. In two kind almost say chronology of events. Nyoma mujina swa. Amo Hoho United for Omacho Monday Free Ghana Premier League.
The Afe number chronicle.
Omo chechi.
All day.
Omo chechi. Tiebi. Omo say on 25th January 2026, Hoho United FC played a Ghana Premier League match against Vision FC at Hoho Sports Stadium.
I say wow.
I would me him. Na me diabano. On 28th January 2026, the GFA prosecution issued a charge sheet against the club. On 30th January 2026, the club submitted a non-guilty plea and a statement of defense within the stipulated time. On 8th March 2026, we play Mediema XC in Takwa and won in the face of some questionable officiating by center referee Maswa Hansen. On 9th March 2026, the GFA Disciplinary Committee issued its decision imposing a 3-home match ban and a 30,000 fine without a hearing, without producing the original referee's report, and without any reason analysis. The ban was to take effect from Sunday 29th March when Dreams Football Club are scheduled to visit Hohoi as part of March week 27 March fixtures. On 10th March 2026, the club publicly filed an appeal with the GFA by audience before the GFA Appeals Committee by sending the same through the GFA official email address in accordance with Article 35 of the Premier League Regulation and Article 58.4 of the GFA Statutes. On the 22nd of March 2026, we play Swedo Oblast in away fixture. Our fans on arrival at the venue were restricted to a single entrance and charged 50 Ghana cedis per ticket, when others were allowed to pay 20 Ghana ticket as declared at the day of pre-match event. Uti asa no more can you same ade letter ne bitu aso. Hey. Ade ne wa. Okay. Mame hwe. Same he ne du ye. Okay. Say on 24th March 2026, a club official visited the FA following the publication of the weekend's fixture on the 23rd of March, in which the venue of our game against Dreams Football Club was captured as the Hohoi Sports Stadium. During the discussion with the General Secretary in the presence of the head of competition, the General Secretary of Ghana Football Association stated our appeal should have been sent to the disciplinary committee, a claim for which no rule exists. Asemo say uti asemo mo kan mo say General Secretary chom so ma appeal no mo fan ko disciplinary committee hold on ka chom so mo fan. Yeah. He, here referring to the General Secretary, indicated that the appeal and the stay of execution earlier filed on the 10th of March should have been directed to the disciplinary committee rather than the appeals committee. He advised that this be done, which we immediately did on the 24th of March. Under Article 35 of the Ghana Premier League Regulation 2025 and Article 58(4) of the GFA Statutes, appeal from the disciplinary committee decisions lie directly between the GFA Appeals Committee. The appeal is filed with the GFA General Secretary via email. The only requirement is the correct address. Nti eto so abafo ba yakoni eba na afi last part no abomode ne de no atodwa nti omunsem ni bi eno mode atu edwa munyina mate nti eba ne de aka no soso a na afi mosusu matimi ahwe na monsem amo no matimi ede atu edwa nti solo
boss
you are man on any free ho so
yeah no card
abafo motai china fu ba na the second part of letter no
yeah in chechimuni so video ati say on feel say injustice and orchestrated attempt
ama me nana enu anochewa a wotie me from nyamiani abrankasi nyamiani na ono so ati ase
yeah
so tell chana say
and 70 tiawa we buy
okay solo yankwai
okay boss and e bonito na Italy ena oko omo asya resignation letters bebre na eremu a se de mpanyimfo bebre eja omo dwumadie e de ato onum after Italy fairly some qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup in the United States of America, Canada and in Mexico na away the yetia and say Gabriel Gravina our FIGC president Federico Italiano Giancocaccio want to resign because you say or GDA say wambua ama Italy and to me and call FIFA World Cup no e United States of America, Canada and afa Mexico e minimo what in Jumadi atwo FIGC president ne dia no owie and a Gianluigi Buffon and so resign from the role as national delegation chief for the Italian national team and no Gigi Buffon and so resignation eba na we no enyina no attempt yes mpanyimfo person mo yera fe wo mo se sane mamu Italian football and also associate with a resignation and also eba and enumre dwumadie no and so now what esa Gabriel Gravina kono likely esa Gennaro Gattuso ebe lucy na juma na unse after World Cup Bosnia shao no no man to me ankono na Gravina the also Tiger Gattuso achi obeto aso di juma as head coach and the Azzurri of Italy but the yete and say Gravina kono dia Gattuso beto lucy na juma am Antonio Conte di impossible coach is somebody to me and replacing Gennaro Gattuso as Azzurri some head coach Antonio Conte needing and so to me era salis in my day and so on some day now Jumadian so and you may now UEFA president Alexander Seferin or see Italian football their politics too much or say account biama say crani Euros diama Italy esa omo ebetumi hosti the year 2032 no I had omo je e de from onsem ninya ne sem ayadea womo facilities e wosenka by now e bia ye ready crap na sha say inspection any ade no de bia omo bo FIGC na na yeguso omo bo mo yeguso ne ade ama sefren so adwa esa hekra na 2032 Euros no mbeje e de free Italy womo so nsem no the free UEFA asia eba enenyu me ewo dwumadie no eso Atletico Madrid mete SM woman Edison Atalanta woman midfielder no agree personal terms June 2027 a contract with Atalanta ebeba na wie na mebacho yes the tienie boy ne de wagya tumuso team and Dindi Atletico Madrid obesi akan eden amomo barakasa ebi omo ne atiko enso be negotiation kakra bi eden afa wono ne ba oba ewo eye anasomni Atalanta ebeye negotiation kakra afane ba ono so ba Atletico Madrid no ensemo edesenaka ede acha Atletico Madrid are ready eso be si akan ede amomo a eno so nkomo no eba Manchester City yete eso mo ne Pep Guardiola nkomodie no se diadrunie City so mu jama Pep no one will decide in the future with Manchester City obeto aso anaso be jai jumadie no ede ato on answer by eso run day Edem Vincent Company onya juma no be body City admire Enzo Maresca say nay Pep eso nto aso a Enzo and the likeliest candidate wo mo di juma die no ebema no Madrid and say omo epese omo report English FA no edema FIFA asem ni etiawa anopate ese ye kan wasem player wa preferring injury ba na England mo freno yenim so boy mbamna bobi ye koya wa kotena benches ama games aye boy no nya dia wono etumi ebo meka Jude Bellingham asem on say England almost friendly matches one boy over the period international break enya dia Jude Bellingham bobi ema Japan game ne kra no na Madrid nim so we dey be man minutes kakra ema Tuchel ede be abonte so boy no protecting on say on person be aggravating injury wono enya ya bra wono so asan return no ama ese Madrid dwa say pointless as a playoff fringe ube friend no amana mo game ni bi no amana kwatena 3 Lions camp abra or Hanuman kebe to me edina fa Jones kakremo wa bra ye resume league fixtures over the weekend tinote as a Madrid reported England woman 3 Lions mpanyimfo ediama FIFA mano enyo nwanwa enso hostage Gerrard and Mo Salah and Anslot enya ntawantawa no ena ofre Mo Salah kache ne se interviews bia washa se grant no jai enye sa we hero e de ma club we bedru ba bi din e be say oso kache no ena eye Mo Salah kache so waka bra panyimate enya de am grant interviews bia na maka coach no enso assembly mo say eno e boy e ma eye branch ne din Mohamed Salah wasari game or regaining a former one also eguso ebo kama edem ema Liverpool bobo no Madrid and I made say almost say Rodri onye part of Madrid almost plans despite almost defensive midfielders na almost di almost be team no almost GDA say Rodri age ne kosoro ne bo ebe dene and I feel so almost doubting the fitness level after Nikoto ge injury ono ko ya wasamba osiakan ede ema Manchester City womu eboboku no Lizzy Sheto eye papa pebi neto na ye the hot pepper sauce ena aya me ba cho we no dia ti se fie de pepper on eye spicy ede papa ena eye flavor so ewumpa wanya omo bi ukenki ana wache bi ana se bi apan no kra no bi o ho a ondi bread ene sheto da eye kama papa unya bia Lizzy Sheto ena chese o pan finfin na de shutoi fm se adie ya de pantino Lizzy Sheto no bi eto ewo supermarket ena for rejoma shops bia obere mi no de o se ye ma Lizzy Sheto frɛ 0501 683344 0501 683344 na 0501 550998 Perfect Skin and Body Therapy pimple stretch marks na so ben kotwa every skin any omuya omuya body slimming stomach reduction na omu ama flat tummy wa bra body no omu hese ebeye kama kokuma sebo shena Bram Junction Accra osu akwaje park Citals dine mutakrade Ketan Junction Episoft Lodge Hotel na ube Perfect Skin and Body Therapy from 0553 312 911 PKB Emma ties papa na omuhia omama car batteries eno so ye papa car ties no unya de ya odi gu car na se ane nante ebe kama ede amount security doors I free Turkey Italy Germany and afa many European countries eboa ama eye security nsem akoye e ofie na wusi ana ba bia wote no e PKB ene ma sa doors no tafon kramofo asie ne hwe ni mu ofori krom New Road Junction and our Concrete Brigade Teshinungwa Beach Kwane Kotema no ye ho 0201 0209 170-030 0209 170-030 Reku eba Mr. Edua ujibi na no mu a eboa etu koko ase eboa tu pressure ase eboa eyi infections awodo nyina free ho eboa ema momensis ehon sem no eye kama mema be ya adwuma wo mpamu a Reku herbal mixture herbal shop chemical shop ewo my Ghana mu benya bi ato ewo ba bia afre 0244 470067 neje ne dodo Bash digital satellite ema decoders ni nyina ebi ubenya matches ahwe ubenya movies ahwe ubenya documentaries ahwe program bia ewo TV so no Bash decoder no ena ebi ewo so oye installation ama owia no aye decoder recharge e de account no ma 33% discount off on recharge bia obeye ewo decoder bia auto ewo Bash na so ya Brepo Junction ship mweho ena owo 0200 050848 ene Bash enkasa ene ena Easter convention no eshase anopa 8:30 ene yadi dwumadie ne hyehyɛ so ewo Babayara Sports Stadium Heroes Park a Pillar of Zion Church International Easter convention no ena meka wasem na nwumre ya 6:30 ye sign edi dwumadie na to aso edi amamu etuemu akopim kwasiada a ye de dwumadie no ebeba na wie ye bra na so beje ho nkonkro no enwosra no ebi evangelist akwase wa ena edi dwumadie no eho chiame a oginam no ahwese bibia enso ebekọ kama nti anwumre ye nhia ochina ye nhia memende nhia kwase ada na ewie program no
Pillar of Zion
Church International.
Yes. So for kwase wa
Yeah.
so ojinyame di style bia bi
Yes.
ono na the program eshase ne no
Shase anopa no
ewo Heroes Park.
Yes.
Babayara Sports Stadium.
Sa pepepe.
Okay.
8:30 na shase anwumre ya so 6
Okay.
Yirem.
Anya hwe kura no ofa Kofi Pako edu danso senior shamo
Yeah.
and also kan so mpanyifo enti do be represent life.
Yeah.
It is so abusuafo ni finkan abeka no ho
Hey.
enti senior ni Easter na be fine. Ni Easter na be fine. Okay. All right, so enti ebeda ase se wa hwe we ni mu
Aye.
enti ene bubumai ansa na
Yeah.
ja kwan.
Yes. Okay. Unse Hoho United ena yese anasenye yese omo na de krata ba se league ne kra no omo ejaibo na eniema bebre akokọ so a omo gidi se ntwa yi na omo feel se enya ade a ebeboa ama league no omo bo ne kra no se ompeso omo free relegation omo betumi free ho na omo de krata ne ba se de no ane e kana bebre gidi se ye proofu omo de krata mienu ena aba abonten baako eye letter omo de koma GF a omo kire se league no omo entumi emobim ena second letter no eye enchechemu a omo de ma media no ene GF de ntia omo mpese mbebo league ni biem na omo se omo match a omo ne Vision FC eboye ewo Ghana Premier League ni mu ena game ne ko na wie GF no e charge omo ese omo efeli se match officials omo buy no mbebo omo ho ban omo omo supporters tisi agopramane so ene ho nkro ne ba charge ne buy omo anka hwe charge na chiri no na GF no e de ban e ma omo se 3 home matches omo ntumi nsi akan na omo wi a 30,000 Ghana cedis omo sentua emfama the Ghana Football Association omo so ban nim na omo se ban ne fine ne buy no e na omo se da bi emra nim no wo ho kwan se se fine no wana se ban ne wa ukoya appeal nti omo fa amra kwan so pepepe e na omo de appeal no e koma eye GFA empanyimfo eye appeals committee na omo de appeal no koye no omo hwe ya appeal no omo anfa mu aye bia ama because nan ko mo hwe se ban ne ana se ka se nsia kan wa hawadi boni we na de appeal kwa anka ye free bibi stay of execution ye be ma wa use home venue na kopim say appeal ni di decision beba na nka afi dey so okay appeal amode be kra abo ato agunti no mon serve ban no omo share ya
omo
file du kwa appeals committee.
Okay. Omo file stay no.
Stay of execution no.
Okay.
Eso omo gidi say ban ne fine de amomo no. Eso dodo. Omo de omo nchechire mu bibia koy. Omo nsom. Na kasa ne nyemu no omo si before so omo de appeal ne ko no GFA ne charge omo no. Omo de omo response koy. But yam from omo for hearing bia. Eno answer omo de omo response abomu ya answer abane omo. Eno omo se there be asem we de ane enya ntie nko GFA o na yenko busem. Omo koy no omo ne GFA general secretary shai. Eno omo so ya ye appeal bi na ya hwe ani mu ema ase obi abu nani aguso. Ena GFA general secretary busem so na appeal no mo de fine on so ye de fa appeals committee se onom na emra ne kire se ye bane ona person ya appeal e de fa. Ene omo si general secretary ka kire omo se there bi ye nya ne sa I wasn't come to command disciplinary committee. And I'm so Omuntiasi who be that. If you say GF Mrana Kasachre say, so we are appealer, Fafa appeals committee. Our mutre appeals in mutre status any regulations at say. I was here at the far name of your disciplinary committee. GF General Secretary Canis pa we judge ready one carry. Now Omufio say, Sanya Mane Kosuni Nano, a Nyoma Bia, Ghana Football Association near Wonka. Ekuo ne ho no omo ka kuo ne ho de but the kasa wo a won ka system ne kuo ne ho eso de wo ye GF nipa na we no omo timi ye ne man kitinkiti bi e de ha u league na wo bo no na omo mahu bi na omo atibi na ade no ewura omo aje say e affect omo pa eno so nsi ho omo say league ne be sha ase a obi a choose venues mienu a obesi akan wo e wo na se omo chusu eye ohwe omo hohoe na omo sa chusu Pando Sports Stadium se hohoe ni BBC ni ntimi nsi akan ho a ye bekọ Pando na asem ni si ye no omo twoma GF se okay mabane ye wa ha ye first venue enti no adan na moma ye nko yusu ye second venue GF no ampene ese yen ne ye be kire ba bia mbesi akan na ba bia ye be se si akan no wo ho a ni atwera bro se sa venues mienu we choose baako na enam so ema na no omni Dreams FC game omo kobo no omo yan se GF atwera bro mo ese temane ayi akra mo choose baako omo choose tema na omo sa ko tema no yesa de maso Hansen ene sa ba so medi omni Dreams FC game ema maso Hansen ba ye no obe ne ma poto ebe sisi omo
the executioner
yes ema Dreams FC e so omo e kamiensa omo antumi ante enti omo feel say ekwan na GF ne de omo fa so no se wa ban ne ya appeal wan fi ye ya ba GF office ya be di hu komo still omo bumani aguso ya ni Dreams FC kobo makofa Max Hansen so omra no mesisi ye ene ne ma bebre koso no omo dwen se league ne ba bia adru no omo di sia
omo ni Dreams no Mohammed Misbah
Misbah
yes
okay
Mohammed Misbah eno mo bon near J Kreku Stadium tema Mohammed Misbah ne die omo state no release ne
okay Mohammed Misbah mo okay ahanti no omo feel say sa referee ne kra no bae no kwan of us di game no amwa omo obae se obesisi omo na omo hwe hu say nka Dreams FC game ne kra no ba bia omo de koye no na GF ne pese omo bo Dreams FC enti ena omo e de sa match ne koye eno nso ho omo se na no omo ko eye away match baako me pa cho ya no akai me sa match na ndi escape me mediema away game na omo ko ye na omo supporters a omo de omo ko so omo ko
omo ne Suadro
All Blacks omo supporters omo de omo ko so omo ko game no omo ko ye na gate fee 20 cedi yesi da bi mo de e mo ntua 20 we ya away supporter oba bi 50 cedi no mu feel say sa ne mani nyina no etiamra ebi se ba bia ni ho a ewo GF mranim say sika ya gi wo gate no home team de anie na away team de anie na ni nyina no e kire se GF no abu nani agunie ma bebre so a omo ma supporters kra entumi ndi omachi enkohwe omo match na sa ne ma no mbeka che GF no asa abu omo ani aguso to omo keka ne ma we nyina bobomu a omo feel say nya dia league no omo to aso a jibo ebeboa omo enti
ma menkan part bi so
yeah
and it look interesting kakra. The timing of the 9th March decision
Okay. Against Vision FC.
Yes.
Okay.
Coming months after 25th January incident, there's only Vision Assembly.
Yeah.
It's the 25th.
Yes.
And a ruling about 9th March. Strongly suggests the sanctions were deliberately delayed to deprive us of home advantage at a crucial time in the season when one considered that our appeal was properly filed and that there was no legal basis for ignoring the appeal and enforcing the decision of the disciplinary committee.
Yeah.
Throughout this process, the club has complied with every rule, filed every document on time, and conducted itself with dignity. In return, we have been met with procedural lies, forced venue changes, questionable officiating, and sanctions that appear time to influence league standings. Nti aha so mo pese mo kire say asem na FFO gina so de atwe o maso no game no mo bo no 25th January.
Yeah.
No mo ne Vision for boss a match.
Yes.
FA ne tena hwa time a ruling by no na 9th March. The January February March.
Nti omo hu say
the 2 months. Nti omo hu say omo twen ya ma league na du crucial stage.
Yes.
And omo de say ruling we aba bonten a omo Hoho United FC if you say eye bo apayo aso bi a sheda so peso osisiu omo so de emre bia ye de boy no omo di so document bia so omo file bia no omo file but omo say ekwan e fa so a ye didi omo asem no no krenim omo venue ewo ho a yakọ change no officiating enye na time I do ruling ne so ba na ye time a league ni mo yeden do take decision bi tia obi a na akọfa asem dia but today omo ko take decision omo Hoho United full say amo omo nti omo asem eno no
but say weekend you cry na nka omo na ebo home na
omo kwa away
11
wonders there be
sir
11 wonders say you omo 11 wonders say you omo home e de koso aduru so tell me just omo you omo e de koso aduru aha nti 11 wonders home e na Hoho for kwa akobo
okay
on say the assembly ti bafo assembly na da ho no Hoho United and the Ghana Football Association season bia ne munsem last season in Swatreman, this season Hoho United. And twice year next season, a nim team kura.
Nzayana, say so president no HSA newly promoted teams no. In Swatreman kura they no aboy stay e wo mu a. Wonya experience be 2 seasons a GFA Cup ne ade. Ti no. At
asem na edin o. Say wo ball match pa 25th January. Ne atena ho 9th March ne betwa so. Hey,
I don't think that a Newton FO and we are a little over 1 month. 25th January, which is an akabe 6 days, Nabo Somenason. And I will February. And I do the bar match. No man with the FA said, case alcohol not time on the very. No, I'm so bad. I'm talking about this incident. But for Swahili, I said, call FO. And yet, Ghana, if they be a Hamilton, yet don't complain, say, oh man, some catch order. Or if Hamilton, yet don't complain, say, oh man, some go check our money. So this one and yet fairs are happen. But also I have no baby so move is almost train because very bad the next game was against Dreams. It almost is sudden to favor the FA team. And to account so we be grudging so much in ye. What does it? We be grudging so much in ye, but I'm talking the period now if you delay the
put your omelette almost say time back and forth ne koso no almost small be man ko efi ho Emma the general secretary ne catch almost say omo ni Dreams match omo bo no Hoho yi o shombo o say asema omo na e kan omo say omo say general secretary ne catch omo rep no so omo bo game no Hoho yi o say o say ba ya na afi asesa
o say ko ba ensem legal I say ya na obi can say other kind of as a one-sided thing and a walker. First of all, secretary said general secretary catch up say knowing very well say asem for discipline committee and now we appeal and fanko discipline committee no san be ka join fanko discipline committee asem we ne ti ase no na yi na edin how abede general secretary yes ade no ye di asem discipline committee ye di we so the appellate body this is the appeals committee and Oma follow appeal and for the general secretary to tell them say monfa asem no nko discipline committee how on state of execution me ya almost somebody ba you one case ba we am doing one say appeal na omanya response up to date no because if it's a state execution so failure it be host on the committee who tie this over grant and one grant so anka omo say there's more state of execution enya juma yansum mo appeal no so yabogu nanka yekoyanim but for to decide say on act on it na slatam no ko na ade na yeko say no ana omaso mo kan na de omo person mo bogem bi wie na afi appeal na be kasa na
say omo say appeal no general secretary catch omo say somebody call appeals committee are wrong somebody call discipline committee.
How can you see that you appeal or appeal case you call discipline committee how can this be right because different committee no and the verdict number the verdict number it's a verdict in bar not on tiasia move to the higher court which is appeal court and the nipa na file appeal but that call discipline committee it's the same way no ebe won say be jetum say discipline committee general secretary ebe tena akasa asem we do they have a record to show there about
Kapi what kind of money?
Oh my some you can matie oh e was one more kan
Tobo
but me contest say
you can't contest because I doubt if you have read it.
Oh men kan kwase akan wa metie
okay so listen on 24th March 2026 a club official visited the GFA following the publication of the weekend's fixtures on 23rd. As I say, 23rd na on publish weekend fixtures now. Another year which was 24th. And na club official no every city GFA. Tie de to aso. Which fixtures of 23rd of March in which the venue of our game against Dreams FC Football Club was captured as the Hohoi Sports Stadium.
Okay. So on the 23rd na fixtures na buy na game no I venue near Hohoi Sports Stadium.
Yes. Okay. Meanwhile abanu wo bon. During Pachotie ha na asem no no. During a discussion with the general secretary in the presence of the head of competitions omo ya dance here ti na me ka say nyabotre no asam na omo ka no omo ya dance here sisi ya the head of competition of the GFA e say ko bisa no say nkofo no so omo class omo ni general secretary ko class na wo gina hobi sisi ya me ne wo ni
o ya dance ni
fensen boss na wo studio ha e na trading abewramu enti say obi ka asem me ka o kakra na kapi wo ho ti kapi therefore wo be ya dance ni omo asem na omo ka no omo anka ne keko omo ya dance here enti the head of the competition of the GFA say na ye ben anuma
yeah
ofi won mo omo de mo be fufuro
okọ ha sin
so no resign okọ
okay my say na ye de obi be head
enti nipa kro no enti wo challenge no sisi e no ka ya rata say ya ka meje wo challenge na tum ban tobo kakra because asem no wo ma ya dance.
That is why man kasa omumwa but me contest say how could that
because wo ma ya dance
here captain let hear babontin we are singing na hu me ya sure say asasa America say the general secretary of the Ghana Football Association ehu
ono so you very active on social media.
No you be so on social media especially WhatsApp group
on fani agro kra
sports court talk sports
oh yeah djumo
odi bi to wanwe
ono ti
How they to one way.
Very respond this year.
Na me am bra panyin the prosperous na do aba be yi ano. Be ba be yi ano sisi e. Okay. Me sure so yi wo hu letter yi bi. Any allegations,
allegations, yeah, almost.
So what now no so ye din a. We won here say ye na e ba be frɛ na mama waka say
that agree with you. That agree with you so active. So responding. Maybe you honestly want to form a crown be first of out. But on to talk about out to be a cast as me. Maybe we could be begrudge it. But I still take is a one-sided reportage.
So yeah, my home, it's not a problem. But challenging it is where I have an issue with you because Omo you dance here. You see, because no you dance here, you don't challenge again. So kind of ratan when you dance here, we challenge any problem. But you dance here, make us some no trading critical. Asam na me se maka actually captain say me nkan no me ka asam no kran na trading critical. How do you challenge? How abra you dance here?
Unu say asam ka say anima bi say no. Ekobasa me feel say nka it should be documented. Moko hon yours. Actually metimi aka say even though na me say na work am but na me ya.
Wo dey o make
me hear me phone so.
O make sa.
No makwa
o make sa.
O mu yiye. O man ka say security man o efi.
Dabi.
Ana ebi a cleaner bi o efi.
Also competition one some no more.
Say head of competition.
I do say competition one some no.
So no or part of the competition.
Asem na ye ka no. The integrity of prosper. And the head of competition and about
I raise questions about what
that is why
a big issue.
Me no me argue say obukas asem no. But what I'm saying is I said you betimi awa ha. Na ye ka asem but betimi akase mante.
Integrity comes in here.
Integrity comes in here. I don't know most of the time no. So baby you want the thing to be documented. And what they kwa
uja fu say and some more keken. Enti ho United betia bo Muslim aka asem kese. They are to the General Secretary of Ghana Football Association and the head of competition of Ghana Ghana football.
Yes and no. Yes, in a sense, that take what you started saying. Our person way. It's no ABS and come over clock or maybe I you go with me after Maka. I'm an answer my day. No, because trust issue. If you don't know more deal, no. Ewa efe hono, right? If you are trusting,
it's what I bet me a day. This man committee the ruling about. No more koya pillar. No more the kwa appeals committee. Now what for about one this year? The kwa appeals committee no. Yes, you have called this committee. No more can throw it to General Secretary. And that's somewhere in the future, maybe because how can you say that? Anyway, I could have to a who agree to this.
Now, what's over here? Case. If you read it well, they went back. If they don't appeal, this
committee BM. Omo ya appeal the anyway na. I'm guessing General Secretary catch omo say. Omo appeal no omo fa command this committee no. Omo say akọ
the committee no.
Ade ho omo nim do omo ya na.
Omo nim do omo ya say.
That's why we insisted because you don't do that. Say case this committee is very taba. What could the General Secretary say do? You fact him call appeals. San for this committee. Mr. Bogu na ko bi catch omo jetu. What the just for example say who out way. Not knowing very well, said this one committee at the case or the ready to buy. Yeah, fast I don't come back to this one committee. He said they call appeals committee who are appealing. Not General Secretary Abacasm, so I shall say, then the fellow who Sunday. No, because I say, I said, we're going to call this one. But
more response from the appeals committee. And almost General Secretary. Ruling now mo defeat this man committee by any. Ya kwa ya appeal. I dey kwa appeals committee. O say dey binya ho na somebody call.
Boss Mbacho, mama mo amini kakra.
No, I'm not getting.
For maybe you may have to averse your mind to this. Say appeal. Say this one a procedure as I ni nyina no. Who the command General Secretary?
No.
Now no. I forward it to the committee. No more constitutional committee to sit on it. Me I catch them say, "Yamamu date." And it's normal. I can say this is the committee that will sit on it, so then you meet them. And say, "Obi the command general committee." I say, "I'm going to take you. That's what we call general secretary." And yet wrong, because in any case, me email now. We send no.
General secretary.
Or no one ever call. And this I was sending the call. there's no even though the committee has its members, no, because you bet me you be no at any given time to sit on the case, no. A standing committee there, but I will hold no more. I say when you hear money a friend, and he won't mean enfant command almost say me file appeal na mo magic. So yes, we appeal all right, but it goes to the general secretary. Then the general secretary will now look at. I'm about to go through the processes now. The amount, and he said, ABS, I want to BBR. The only person you can go to is the general secretary. No?
Yes.
Then the one that who calls the general secretary was say, process no procedure wrong. Kwani say, I said,
only any option.
Only choice.
Maybe if it's me because he say they wrote an appeal. So the general secretary in the car here, first of all, this committee is inconsequential here. At the end of the day, you've written an appeal to the appeals committee. Now it behoves an appeals committee to come out with a verdict.
Verdict.
So, but there's no appeals committee.
Appeals committee. The committee doesn't pronounce verdict. Committee normally track cases. Normally we are. No, the general secretary. It's the general secretary who communicates the verdict to you.
So at the end of the day, don't announce it. So the general secretary provide a pronounce verdict. They pronounce the verdict, but they don't announce verdict.
That is the decision. Yes, they give when they are done with the decision.
So they pronounce the decision.
In terms of announcing the decision to the public.
From the general secretary.
General secretary. Good. Giving it to the club.
The NSA will demand they say. Why is it that up to now, appeals committee and for verdict no MI.
But what they processor. How United for release the FM. Yen hwe ni nyina yen hwe process of the FM. Katufu say right.
No, me feel say I never been nkoso ye.
Because
I never been nkoso ye.
That's why we ball league game ne. Na BBC wo league center. Ade chin ya na F na take decision. Ya final say, ya you say and abrabe yi hu ano. Wo anyi wano ano a any 2 days near the fine ni bibia aba. Club abobo ama mo si BBS adan na ese wotena wat usu nim se league ni ba bia ya duni aduru mojase ebre adan na ese wotena wa ma ni yabusumi ni akire ansa na ade ruling aba nipa da se ni be no te asase so moja ewo ni mu a odi we ye na be ne de
so ana na make say
it's general secretary no so wo football team ena obi tiwo ni position se as general secretary ena odi ni sika ye football ena obi di we di na prosper be ne de
so ana make say also there are issues here say if not take precautionary measure and you know on to stadium no now if you know pronounce something and we are different from there you say they charge eba now ya contract case no you dey very taba but you saw that here
itie
how against vision no o ma anye ne saa o ma yesa so if you etum I said them maybe esi kotoko kuma se esi wo doma aduana involved in supporters name bi omo and you know if you not take what they call precautionary measure or don't take you answer na ya refer case in the ama body say dem nobody no very taba but where they amasa omo charge omo after omo read the match committee and the referee no report of the buy no and omo charge of say the kotoko na say omo charge Amos ne kotoko keeper omo the verdict e buy no omo fa you first say kotoko keeper dem for verdict my so ebini da nyana menu nya yakana ha say how if no case ba omo etna so no mu delay no it is not helping our football etna make say the how e can no omo case but enye first of it kind no but that's not to say me support the FA no so the trust in it and then who's that go for no air try critics no amna be say they made the decision to suit omo team Dreams FC go at the end of the day omo ye no omo Dreams neighbor Dreams in the first mama say omo one
yeah
abesi Dreams there no omo they can say but something that FA not now yes anema na ma de bia you can want him so me free say enye papa ya condemn no so many times but still the omo ya no mo yet
ye nyama ne nkoso
ubere jam na koso you still have to hammer we still have to talk about it na make sure the her second portion of the buy say omo ya ba no mo venue ana ko ka kire efe ni say then your second your alternative venue ni somebody e call ana efe ni no that they cannot be right call cannot be right and the basa so o kunya koya de na say referee no ka say o venue no ya ban ya the baby abebo no efe ni choose ma no na be che say me dey help I say hire me home me second venue no alternative venue to for call so that's on the second one no how in the case I was I know efe ni choose no mama option say akra tema mun choose one
I then na command option so who choose be so man option
me nim why they did that but then they could have said say mama no tema mama na kra how na de moko but maybe na omo ya bit you them no mama say mun choose one
say mo ye na ma hu say mo fan say mo hu say baby a ho ho ifo wo ene baby o modi o yen consider omo ho ho to akra ne tema de eye kaka nai o de fan say mo ye considerate afa tima ono de wan choose so adro it's also kobobo so adro
another issue now, Deba.
How they ended up. What I'm saying is, a swedro no cobonable. Swedro. 11 wonders, Tihani, Siasia. See a catcher almost say, Momo ball, a tema, and the swedro at any point to make you to tema.
Of course,
because of the current
transportation and that's something. What are they going to swedro? I'm the banner safe for Domcoy. It's a question. My if you don't call almost all the same young banner on the choose all. On the choose all. My bed is so
my follow ho for common na. It's an issue of the Ovidian and no Ovicha. These days, if you really get closer to the system, as old being soon out or tap on Chinese or Bowa was a day. When you get closer to the system, you realize that a cartel. Na cartel no mafia to me mafia. They've benefited from some of these things and now a do baby I say in terms of ye PNB keep some of our friends inside no. The level of friendship and difference with again we look at what we stand to benefit from you. They say what exactly now how bit me offer the current regime from a political point and also from a social point. Then partner bit me their mom. You don't have much leverage. Until when you know daily, I know daily in a different way. You come with too simple. I can tell you and I say, oh this is in our bus or say on Bobby. Deep down within the quarters and corridors of the FAO model. They say two more bed so I can clap about open and a beco. Tibacco na can mon find mo or my pom or maybe my performance so much. And the uncommon clearly it was uti commonum ufula. The system was manipulated in such a way say one team had to go. Because under no circumstance na team already you be decided send home matches. Ya yi ma miensa e de free one. Ya nyeda when you are part of the system. Na say case you bet me delay yen kan ha na ko yom bibi. This was even a game which was played against Vichy FC. One of their own. Thinking yan ko twen waso. You be kura mu e ka be 2 matches a. E bi aka o last home match no. Near the verdict na ba. Now say you start next season with 2 matches and then what survive where we you know. Next season you bet me ahye on your mayi. Sai bi na nke be and ya ma bet me ama 2 matches bi. Obo ba ko this year no obo ba ko next year. Me aye ne sa ama. Me the fine bi ata chiri di ama okotua kro bi ehun. Sana. But clearly they are not in the good books. It's it is them against the system. Gibo uti omu nkobo nyina su na omu su nyina na yese omu ni kamafo. Emre mi ebi atwam na omu kamafo firi se na bi ampanimfo twebe omu a omu de ombetimi de ama omu ene omu ni kamafo fi so omu ni hwia amde be mo.
Division 1 no.
Yes, probably back then. Back then. Na bi ana hoho e obehwemu no. Na tumi mu no ombetimi aboa ne oman 1212 bi ntina. E bo kwan to obada fi no. There is nothing that you guys can offer. Now in the air mass answer we ban say when you have a group of 18 clubs, no money na on down for 4. Then some more down for biwe. That is where we are heading towards. To your mom became a fee on bear modern. A moon said next year I can be them. Because if you be do also no, now in terms of a noun for fano, now if you be DM be a ding, I change over the NAC pian with Coco. So it affects the core principle of the game, which is fairness. Though the more can allegations near defined. But to be our follow league media dance say in terms of punishment and cut across. I wanna de be a day on a bano. Because at the end ye wo ho no. Ye wo Swedo, ye wo Kumase, ye wo ha, ye wo ha. Baby mo de ene de. As ya tetew. Ya tetew ne de abekam. Ye wo referee bi wo ha jibo. Minu mienu I can tell you say so what is here this referee no edi bedu match a. Ese so tu mufo. Because reporter referee be twira ko no. E de asembeba. So sometimes I'm surprised clubs no munya outspoken and be allowing the system to continue jibo. Referee bi o ha e ne about him say referee obedi bone. Odi bone ni wie a wasan kan wagu amene mu. So they need to apply a different way to win public sympathy. Tisenka match you obo home against Vichy. No mo twa. Then referee form so no wie ana mo ama publish we dem nka he no mo German centrofo. But you see, eya omo kwa oh ye de be shebu wa ha ma mo. Eno na eya mo koma no tum no. Ti amfa nkosem ama omo a afei no mo be kasa. Because how ifo nya 3 matches igibo. Ya tra na kan na me wan say 3 matches go for Mario. Mo man ka he. Because probably when they spoke with the system or engaged the system, Yamamu so won't come up to him. And only a mere catcher on some Zanko DC no. Until a moment come on 2 months at a time. So there was this form of assurance. Where they were going to benefit from the crooked system. I'm running the whole. But will be an fast of the bono. So if they don't start speaking and they don't start putting things in the right place, Jibo, you better some of the can last year Swatrama pulled out, right? And they was beyond them. Nations never sekewo enyinase. The no enyinase was enyinfa. Good. Nations were chance of Muji League. Dr. Kwame Chebu Fuse League in Krabo no mobile. This is one nations in modern. Or players know also what tone we are.
No, say last season quite no copy so cool city.
We will get to that stage. Once I feel to be by nations, I'm way by a Diana by no aton se ko fa mom. Got kwakwa no aton Prince Bedouaman, Chawete no aton. Razak Simpson ni Emmanuel Anodie no. As in fact, they say Emmanuel Anom de ko Moldova. Yeah. And when you beton be an anyway in academy not in baby. And that is the sad thing. It will get to a stage also obia or reason or deba. Enthusiasm or the ben home. By her queen was and for enthusiasm new. What the system can do a fairness. When there is fairness, obi crab is soon obi intimi kebi mano. But a partial fairness. A fairness ya de bo omo amene omo nya fine. But more many of me find them a crocromo. Okay. And that is where the issue is.
But I say,
we have a long way to go. The image of the game.
Kofi Taylor, aka Paul Pogba, was studio. Pogba, Quaba, Bibiabo Code. Oraho. Orianhui. Ever home more.
Now we send the Raho.
Oh, and I saw some Namokana.
No, because the Rahu.
Now, yeah, you man, you cry, I'm rest. I said, I will blame you.
Yes, your age, man.
On all players, all coaches, or managing players,
or managing coaches. Ah, right. Or not, mean, the make us on. Also, there be a better honey be this uncle. From the angle of Fibano. As so who say yeah bre pa would they just share your better na hey asem we da ho no say o se kire na kan even your own colleagues will look at you and say we are enemy to the system uta obi umpo bi na person say obi adwuma na person obi say na nti de asie kaya nuntum because we have been muzzled or by promises of traveling abroad at the expense of our dear country. Say ya gromi engu. Nti ade esi wo Italy. Kono na bi si wo ha. De na besie. Me de asema ye me nuanom ndi nkomo mu di nyina. Me my issue is has to do with Honorable Kofi Adams so.
Sports minister. Why dey? Where do Osumu say?
Osumu papa. Honorable Kofi Adams asem wey Osun.
E fa no ho.
What no na dia ni mo akwaji e $1 million akwaji chama wo mo. What je ni mo akwaji je sika akwaji chama wo mo. Ise wo for the Kofi. Osumu mane bro so omna na minka de ekoso wo 11 wonders nchira no. Ni wura ba ho. The boys ameyani homo yame. I'm telling you ameye homo yame.
Homo nya adwane ni.
Me say Abdul Bisalam say ontimi nya omo ne ka so nkonkoje nye o say ontimi nya omaje omade sise tem no eniwura eni obi asise ho akonko omo Ghana league eni coach see what reason enwa nye enwa ene ye be wonders obras ye training wa ha no mo so training wa ha
park ba ko so
no mo tete che twa say obras nko no so maybe ti da obras fo be fu no omo be training sa na 5 asana 11 wonders sun ka bi no be training kito bi no mo ko. This is Ghana football. Honorable Kofi Adams so to wo he Kofi Idi Adams Kofi Swale Kofi Idi Adams say sorry. I don't problem with the one me catch no. This is more than dangerous. This is more than dangerous. We are talking about Ghana football. Kofi Idi Adams say Kofi sorry. Asem na esi no
Kofi Idi Adams
sports minister. Who do wako ye o de sika o. What there me ma me na what sensible ntefu ma o fan futuo nu anadwo ahomachi no oba be dwa o kan tia no de kono ni ate ne taxi ni sika ntime to makabi Honorable Kofi Idi Adams no kan tia no say Kofi ai ade na what hona cat mo de e ball no ye no ade na hu o wako je sika dia koma wo mu kan kabi se ye sika ni mo kan kabi $1 million and $1 million Ghana. $1 million Ghana. Na kotokofo no makoje. Na has no makoje. All Blacks no makoje. Vision no makoje. Ghana for sika.
Mame masa memro we pensu mesa about.
Enti asem na asie no. Mo fi Kofi Idi Adams. Honorable Kofi Idi Adams. Honorable Kofi Idi Adams.
Oko Germany zuaba.
Honorable Akwaba. Honorable Akwaba. Can come president way.
I know Akwaba amane.
Look at the president say, Papa baby aso so asem kese si krom ha o. Ye league no so oye na si o obi asa jan. Ba ko kra so de. Ka no na no mo ko no. Ka na ifu bi pon you know bas ni so onko biem. Na ese place ni nyina asi. Na ye bas ni kakra come the talk nto ase na move kakra. No the talk not ase kakra pro. Aburu bi pon wi asa na place ko tap so na e de omko. That is the problem that our football fan is in. And the issue at stake, you know, boss. Mamunya no na and I'm call prosper how I mean this year. But I am bigger than that. I am bigger than that. And upon a time I can't be.
Way every amuakon or say
Amaku de him.
Wenye amuakon.
Because
no do any man in Manchester. We need be or say next season will be worse because I can count close to 10 teams for the system. Mediema, Gold Stars, Samates, Dreams, Baseke, Nations, Heart of Lions, All Blacks, Young Apostles, and Port City. Who will survive will be war because Haas and Kotoko, you can't relegate them. Also there out there abandon. They jam ameko poba ho.
Empacho mame fama me because asem no.
Poba bra ayi danger.
Mo fe Honorable Kofi Idi Adams kan chen say, waje esika dia koma wo mo league no mo gu no. Enti Waka Blasters wo kon kan che president en kofo no anye yi. TV na akwa na mo ji koma mo ntimi nya de no. Ba no yakɛ no ntimi nka. you see also the league no so what just ka ko mo so and no so ayebo achi bidin
Mate ma poba mrem for be 5 minutes na fe yemra other stories aka eso na fe yemati for so emrem aha Oyerepa 100.7 live on your TV Oyerepa TV so and on radio Oyerepa 100.7 on Facebook Oyerepa Radio and OTNK as YouTuber also Oyerepa Radio. What a Captain Siasianka say Obed Akasa Danger Man so atonkra ama the sports minister Ura Kofi Idi Adams say wabeje Ghana for sika akoma Ghanaian clubs nti onhwe no nkoji esi camera na nya sana beso kire papa mami ntio
strike me that na bibi ga ka me pesa me kan say ensem bi say no
aya ma ne so kakra ma
ensem bi say no na ba ya na man ko for lose interest or football minu nyina nim the story of the prodigal son okoy oba na chi me yeje no yemfa no mpo say ho e for asamonye de papa no eye the madabody the FA no so asem bi say ba how do they handle it and che na nso atre for free minu nyina akọ nso atre enim investment honorable bafo waye wo no inya akwanya ne papa ne di nkomo no uhu yawa ne wo no because of enioma ba ko mienu mi ensa ankoye how for posti ade ne nra no bia nim se bi proof but me na nkomo am nim ne say na system no embo the system was very unfair to them and they just put their message across and na the mo hwehwe nyina ne say yeah if no mpanyifo ni no mo be get to them no mo ni mo di ho nkomo enra no pa ebesi enwumre na how for ye training no mo prepare akọ so adu akobo how for asem na eketu ebi omo say ye ni ubo league na stage edri now say ye ni young apostles akobo amama to ball kra bo refi me stop game close to 40 minutes young apostles that's so ball no home now say ye ni obi bobo no obi adidi obi atem to find it now aba na 3 home games yes you nim say na league is it na omokobo dreams no kra the kind of enyomo mo fifa mu ansa kra no mo bo e treat omo te said omo na ya waiting the information I reach how for they said their next game against next home game omo na Bechimbe no they will play it in Cape Coast. That is the information omo ye enti omo tena sini omo said the system wants to get them out. Papa no so abre and odi echi no so mebo na ma ya enyi obebo kanagu obebo kanagu ena wakofa broni na nipa dodo say kwa na timi fa broni coach omuti omuka okrom ano and look at the kind of football they are selling to us na hwe traditional ye omodi tie ball na chi since they came into the league almost omo home game be a why ma na no na ye nyina na ni kuhie sika ni bia no so ye ball nkomo oni edia ne say na say mo ball for edia mo mpa sika for ewu balls ye diska na ye and etimi ka Man City ho asem nyina ye sika etimi ka PSG nyina ye sika esika for so ba na e pamo na no na Far Rangers for so mo mbobio ti under the one regime omo ba e hwe nkofo chiman planners so mbobio amidaus so mbobio aden what is happening to our football? Send na a danger man making. A bedroom maybe no. A very kind of crazy. Omo na be omo aho omo ho. Se koyo omo ho definitely was a big relegation. So I tell man omo good team no. And me one ma won can be she musika kakra odidi no. Na players ni be afa because omo tifie. You cannot have 10 good players omo nyina abo omo ya starting lineup o team bi. E da be nya bi omo ya average omo be complement. So, say team ni gua they say gua players no be abeko free a lot of them obi okwa division 1 ko nya bi mobi obu ana bembebu do you know what is happening when him go for employ omunyi na ekwa tina fi omunyi ejuma we shouldn't let this happen omodi omo statement ba bontin no there should have been a mediation efe no ni omo nkasa omo si omo de domo kan nyina say so do game me say even ene no pakra when I got in contact with Hohoy phone no my ready so mo be cause we do akobobo say every ni omo di nkomo na so next 2 home games no meet my born ho on ma omo you okay. It doesn't matter the referee person be ya na. Why we are allowing our football to destroy like this? But na afei dey say o na senso say ma ye nyina because ye nyina sika wo. Enti asamba o say ye nyina e ka bi. Because me go chin na me go emedwuma na me mbre na me nyeska na because obi feels o to me nti. Na abegina no say ball. And how is also going. Say papa no de be academy on fanya academy o. Ya dwen nkra no mo bobo no mo nya opportunity a munya 2 times 3 times kaka bosumi bia. Ya dwen de mba fi mba be ho. Just because we want to appease young crowd for be omo ya nan for let's get them out. Chinchina. Today how your man tia said that how we share media ma. And one na bibia sha ase. Later they realized they say they've gotten a new coach, Bruni coach or yeah, they na born no more no born who see you mokra no more show. And then they cripple mo. Why should this they should be happening in our game? And like Denjama was saying, no minister also to one carry. Everyone should wake up. And yes, I born the best say. A bedroom may be born, ye no be baby because he can phone crab mabu. More praise on league. Need community players. I have a lot of players on board with team. They don't even have money to pay them.
Oh, say yes or no problem.
No, but try. Yeah, for the players because me kobo mu din say I born come very victimized. Bobo no crab. They are not paying them. And what to work a crowd they ko tofu alagu kemu no. Na afro ni aje. And nyame abo na enya sikani ba ku bi obeye ball na obeti pressure so kakra ma ya na o me mama nkwa sika nketinketi na yenso ye ho atoy kakra wo se ye pese ye uniform ye pese ye uniform say say because o pese wo adam for kem. No, I'm not happy. Me ka se me ni age na me boa me ninje kwa how we are running our football ko form dodo na be kwa ma hwe afi kwa de ye be discover yo because ko form o call from na penyifo no bia nso nka bibia and a born is saying and just because people are enjoying off the Black Stars into many crime.
Okay,
we cannot allow this.
Prince at that point I say Hoho United is doing what Kotokone have failed to do. The injustice in our league is too much. I'm happy for them. Okay, and also no formidable Basti. Say Basti of course as I could do a credit beam. Danger looks funny, but it's very sad how this FA is managing issues. Friends and cronies, nah. Adriana Ba St. Mark's Danger Man, this one dear, I support you with 20 million bucks of violence. Okay,
violence.
In 2 seasons to come, the league will be full of friends and cronies teams, and relegation and winning the league will be difficult. Now Chelsea is next to be relegated because they aren't part of the regime. Exactly. Kofi Kent and the Dewey Abba. Cosmos Prekon or say good evening boss, you are doing a good job. Yeah, that's say. Please, I want to ask, is the Ghana football for Dreams FC or what? Up to now, Dreams FC versus Adriana, nothing has come out. And also Edie no. But Sammy, your father voice is never say. For so abema coach Mizosu head coach edema Kumase Asante Kotoko osi di okohu no wo domane de o gidie wa reshi mu se dwoda samates for ye there Kotoko edomotwi omachi ebetwitwi form e Baba Yara Sports Stadium inform coach Prince Owusu no the American man ono the America bro fu gu form out to say yes. America bro no. Yentie coach Prince.
It was something that boosts our morale for this coming game ahead of us because the boys were happy with it and me I appreciate their effort. If you watch the league this season, the goals scored, it was something that boosts our morale for this coming game ahead of us because the boys were happy with it, and me, I appreciate their effort. If you watch the league this season, the goal scoring, I think we've done a lot of them. We score a lot of goals, and the boys are still working on it to get better when we meet summer test. We have some drills for them today and tomorrow that will prepare them for the game ahead of us. I had a meeting with some of them yesterday, and they brought it up, telling me that, so I know they are aware of it. We also have the same thing as well. If you watch our games, get to the end, the fight that we put in since we started the league, it's been that way for us. So we are not scared about that issue, but it's a match that we respect them as a team, and I know they respect us as well.
Okay, and no, Coach Prince Owusu, said the Onisi G America Hono. I wouldn't have America. It says no touch. Sound. Oh yeah. Coach, what is Shamu? Benezo Furianim. Okay. Shamu formerly of Capital Radio Fox FM. Comrade. Zeno of Fanono. Oh, sir. No of a precope. Yanchen for the first time. No of Fanono. Nti Prince Owusu. Ne mamia wakababy no. Shamu na no. Oh, okay. Nti enche Shamu beba ayi. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Former Minister Orani Lantevandapoy, Minister for Sports, or say Reverend Ose Kufi, was na wakana no kre. Say Kappa Ghana, Yaji were blasters nina Luka coaches neji, but the new coaches no. Ibrahim Tanku, Sika Kono, Gordon Atram, Lai Kingston, and no more Makike Kano. Omonshasi and Copper clubs, be no moon coach, no more fat clubs, no level be. A baby a blasters and an amne baby woman and amne day. Yentimi fa saa coaches wi ne mfa blasters mom can you coaches no omo no moduru ho ene de ma omo.
What Osei Kofi say is true. We won trophies in the past with Ghanaian coaches, but they were not just coaches, they were good coaches. CK Jemfi, Osam Dodu, Afrani, Asibe, they were not just ordinary coaches. In the technical area, they were legends. So what we are doing now is building a crop of young players who tomorrow will also be legends when it comes to the issue of technical. That's why we have the Otuados, that's why we have the Tankos, that's why we have Joseph Ados, Siki Akunos, Godwin Atrams, Lai Kingstons and all. They are all coming up. But they haven't gotten to the level where we should entrust the blasters into their hands. No. They should go start from the club level, build their resume, build their capabilities, their experience before we give them the national team. Look, players sometimes it's about confidence. Look, even at the club level, when we change and we are giving the club to players who haven't had too much experience, in a short time we look at players whose contribution to the game goes above all the players that they are going to handle.
Eno former sports minister Nilante Vandapoy and some our day etu edwa eno no se mutie din abunso do to adoka ho afi ora Nilante Vandapoy eba NDC aban ene omote so ene agudie ma onye sports minister there but okasa so ewom asema oka muntie nie do de be muntie nie o say on support to see ebeka go fa European coach or mamu clue of the next coach of blasters muntie also on support to name mum bi support ni say yemfa coach a free Africa you go coach of free Africa there or ti Africa for ase obeti Ghana for ase kwan ye fa so ye enwoma asem no kan mutie nie okay yintie ne.
In as much as I would say we don't need European coaches, I say we need African coaches. It doesn't matter where the person comes from the African continent. Because you see, there's something about football. You are dealing with human beings. You must understand the background, the environment of the players. The good coach is also supposed to be a good manager. So he must know the players he has at his disposal. The players he has will also transmit a certain character, behaviors, attitudes to him. He must be that person who understands the environment from which those players are coming from and why they are behaving in a particular manner. Because when you put 25 boys together, they will behave differently. Some will be reserved, some will be very outspoken, some will be all fun, some may be extroverts, some will be introverts. You must know their background. That coach must understand and be able to see how he will relate and manage their sentiments well. If, for example, you just get up and say, I'm limiting myself to Ghana, and you don't get the sort of a Ghanaian coach with the required abilities that you have, then you've limited yourself. In the same way I'm talking about players, and I'm saying every Ghanaian living everywhere, we must also look at any black African coach from wherever who understands our game.
Okay. Captain Swati.
Mate.
Okay.
No.
Time na yaso. Why?
Could you so go fi kasa no? He was specific. So go fi o kana sembo coach kase piade. Eti baby a ready call for any na ye nyina ye nim said they are not there. Ye nyina ye nim said they are not there. So I don't know why didn't he talk about kase pia factor no? Yo boni di no. No the wada. In other words, South African coaches are okay. Maybe we classify kase pia as one of them because he's coaching in African here and he's an African and for that matter Ghanaian.
Kase pia is short of a blaster man.
Off. Why not? It's a Ghanaian and one Ghana approach him. Obey.
I doubt from Komo Medino. Ebeyeding.
Segana approach take my word.
0322494401 0322494771. Eugene Abuajikumi. Minua Eugene Abuajikumi. Ene wawuda Eugene. Me fa dwumadi so na masre Nyankopon nhira. Enkwatenten ede amawo. Oyo yonko wo yenua nti Eugene Abuajikumi asem na meke. Nyamenhira no pa. Eugene nyamenhira na obibia enko kama. Udin bia akase free na do wasema to aso.
Dibo.
Yes sir.